Hello. So I'm back for another Legacy Cube draft. Today I believe is the last. Wait, is it the last day? No. It's the last day that I'll be able to play. But I think they're gonna be continuing on until Friday. In any case, I am recording another Legacy Cube draft. Right. So, what have I opened? So, don't really want to be red aggressive stuff. Jace Architect of Thought is pretty sweet. Karn Liberated is awesome. Absolutely awesome. I always really enjoy playing with Karn. It's also colorless, so we can put it in basically any deck that wants to get a 7 mana. Other cards I might want to look at include Lightning Helix. I kind of like if I go into some sort of red-white thing. If I was going to be red-white, I would want to be Jeskai, because I always kind of want to be playing blue. And Faith's Fetters is really good because it answers any permanent. Their activated abilities can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. So you can enchant lands and say the Volrath Stronghold can't be used to put creatures on top, but it can still be used to tap for one colorless. In any case, that being said, what do I want as my second pick? So, Olivia Voldaren, pretty strong, but you kind of want to be... I don't know how aggressive you actually want to be to play a 4-mana 3/3 flyer that steals creatures and deals 1 damage to things. Nightveil Spectre is pretty cool. Revelark is pretty great, but I mean, I'm not in a place where I want to be picking Revelark. Like, I don't know if I'm going to get a bunch of creatures with power 2 or less. Sin Collector's nice. If I go white-black, I have no idea what I really want. It's some decent blue cards like Negate and Into the Royal. It's also hard. Maybe I take Nightveil Spectre. It's like pretty strong. Yeah, whatever. I can play it as triple blue. I can play it as if I play blue-black. Banisher Priest, Condemn, still ignoring all the red cards, even though, you know, there's Inferno Titan here, which is really good, and Bogarden Hellkite, which costs 2 more, but is also quite good, and has Flash. It's just so funny. Archangel of Thune is okay. Brainstorm is like okay, maybe. I can prioritize fetches and be doing that sort of thing. Banisher Priest is Fiend Hunter, though without the ability to permanently exile something by flickering the Fiend Hunter as it enters, or bouncing or whatever. And then Condemn is pretty cool too. I don't know. Maybe I just want to be Esper eventually and wait for the white cards to wheel. And ooh, Baneslayer Angel is a really good, just like super efficient card. It's a 5-mana 5/5 flyer, which I don't know if makes cube standards, but definitely, you know, most limited formats would be amazing. And it has first strike, lifelink, protection from demons and dragons, because, you know, need tons of abilities to make it even better. Phantasmal Image, though, I think is great. Oh, so is Oblivion Ring. Just being able to answer any permanent is so strong. Like, of course, Karn can do that when it comes in and leaves himself with 3 loyalty, but then you have to protect him to be able to use him again. Oblivion Ring... I think I take the Phantasmal Image and maybe hope the Oblivion Ring wheels. It's not going to wheel. But I don't even know I'm playing white yet. Yeah. I keep looking at the white cards because I really like white-blue. I don't mind blue-black, and white-blue-black is fine too. Rishadan Pact of Negation, Eternal Dragon, Hero of Bladehold. Pact of Negation is pretty sweet. Like, if I'm tapping out for Karn and they like counter, I can counter the counter. Or if they, I don't know, play a Hero's Downfall or something similar. I think Pact of Negation might be what I want. Maybe the Hero will wheel? I don't know. Still holding out hope that I end up being somewhat white. Ooh. But for the time being, this is fine. So, how are all of you So, there's a Sulphur Falls if I want to maybe consider going into red eventually. 8.5 Tails like an aggressive white card. I don't think that's where I want to be. Looterial Core is a looter. It basically taps to loot, but you end up dealing damage to them too. I mean, there's like the minuscule chance that they will, whatchamacallit, they'll have a shadow creature as well. I don't know if there are any other shadow creatures. There probably are, maybe. But, okay. I think Looterial Core is fine. Interestingly, my curve is very low right now. I mean, Counting Pack Negation is a 0-cost spell, though it's really at 5. Don't have any 5-drops, so it's hard to move there right now. Lightning Greaves could protect things. I'm just going to take the Looter, because looting is strong. Especially if you have things like, whatchamacallit? The stuff, the things, and the stuff. Draw effects. That's the word I was looking for. Okay. So, now, interesting. So, I'm considering playing black. So, Maelstrom Pulse wouldn't be insane, but I have to go black and green. Though it, again, answers any permanent. Non-land, and most land permanents aren't that, hostile, so I'm not concerned with lands. I'm concerned with planeswalkers and crazy enchantments and so on. There's a Hallowed Fountain, which will let me play white in the future. Again, prioritizing fetches, I could do stuff. Then, Blaze Placer, Linvala, things. I think I'm going to go with the Hallowed Fountain. And maybe do some sort of Esper thing. Let's see here. Okay, so Essence Scatter. Oh wait, it's a functional reprint of Remove Soul? Or the other way around, but okay. That's interesting. Supreme Verdict is quite good. Just being able to catch up is so strong, and that's what Wraths do. They let you catch up. It doesn't really matter if you're at 10 life or whatever. By some point in the game, you play a Wrath, they can't deal with it. Sorry about that. Their board is decimated, and your board presumably wasn't that impressive to begin with, and then you get to do something else. You get to eventually take over the game because you play a control deck, or you as me, and I think that's fine. Faith's Fetters is like an Oblivion Ring that gains you 4 life. Not exactly, but I'll take it. It turns off Planeswalkers, which is basically what I want to do with it. So there's a Revel Arc, which will get back Looter or Phantasmal Image or Nightfall Spectre. So all 3 of the creatures I have right now, essentially. So Ratchet Bomb, destroy each non-land permanent with a mana cost equals the number of charge counters on Ratchet Bomb. So it takes a while to take up, I don't know, and it's kind of hard to make great. Maybe Revel Arc. I mean, I think both Faith's Fetters and Supreme Verdict are reasons to be polite. Sin Collector, I don't know. Maybe Sin Collector was good. Right now, I'm not necessarily black. This could just be a triple blue spell. Who knows? Banisher Priest, or Archangel of Thune, or Skinrender if I do want to go black, which is not unreasonable. I don't hate black. I quite like it, in fact. But I don't have the fixing yet. This is still pack 1. So let's see here. Archangel of Thune works well with creatures. I don't know if I'm going to be playing with a ton of creatures. What? Oh, okay. I prioritize Banisher Priest. Cool. Okay, Baneslayer Angel. I guess that's what happened. I reserved the Banisher Priest and didn't realize it was running out of time. That's okay. So I think I was just about to argue that I shouldn't take Archangel of Thune. Anyway, let's see here what is going on. Oh, oh my goodness. Let's see. So Rishadan Port is not bad. Eternal Dragon, you can keep recurring it for 5 mana. It costs 7 for a 5/5 flyer. That doesn't do much else, but it has plane cycling. So it lets you kind of play an extra land by playing it. Maybe that's worth it. Maybe plane cycling is just a strong enough effect if you're playing white. I don't know, I don't think I give the cycling cards enough credit, though. I don't know. I really don't care about 5/5 flyers. I mean, I have one. Why would I need 2? Revelux the 4/3 flyer for 5. That's fine on its own. And then if it ever dies, stuff and things and ooh, okay. So here's some things. There's Emrakul, Daeon's Torn. For some reason the art's weird. Just, Magic Online can't handle the power of Emrakul. Then you have cards like Day of Judgment, another Wrath effect, which is quite good. Flooded Strand can fetch the Hallowed Fountain. Opposition can just shut out, your opponent. I have 6 creatures now. I can prioritize creatures a little more strongly. I don't know. Flooded Strand might be the best thing, but maybe I just try to make this like a super control deck and just have a ton of Wraths and a ton of removal. I don't think Emrakul will wheel. If I took Emrakul, maybe I would want to take Mirari's Wake, but I've never seen Mirari's Wake wheel either. I like the Day of Judgment, personally, though it might wheel too. Not sure that many people really like white. Oh well. Sweet, Consecrated Sphinx. Alright, I have no idea what I was worried about before. I have a Consecrated Sphinx. And now, I have a Wall of Omens. I think that's fine. More nice control-y card. There's Repeal, which is also kind of sweet. Gives you somewhat of a tempo advantage. Like, it costs strictly more mana than the thing that you're repealing. Exactly 1 more, in fact. But, essentially, I mean, if you repeal a creature, or something that has summoning sickness, you get some sort of tempo hit, or advantage. Because, Karmic Guide or Jace Beleren? It returns creatures, so I could return Consecrated Sphinx, for example. I think I'll just take this. See, all these cards make me really scared. Ugh. And then Ice Conceptor is cool if you can abuse it, but I have nothing to really abuse it with. I can Brainstorm every turn, which is strong. That's basically why Jace the Mind Sculptor is so strong. But it still costs 2 mana. I'm just gonna take the Jace and be happy with it. A Watery Grave. So, okay, it doesn't actually help you play Nightfell Spectre, but it is fetchable. So if I wanted the black for something else, yeah. Parallax Wave, though, is also pretty strong. It's not quite a Wrath. So things like Parallax Wave, Revelark, Faith's Fetters, kind of. Banisher Priest, maybe. Wall of Omens for sure. They get really good if you have bounce effects or flicker effects. So Flicker Wisp, Venser, Restoration Angel, other Venser, Elspeth is not a flicker effect. It's also just not super control-y. It's a Planeswalker. Planeswalkers are just great. Elspeth is the best Elspeth. The Knight Errant. It's so good. I don't know why it's going so late. I guess people just don't like white. That's okay. I like white. And Parallax Wave is great with flickering because you can just permanently exile 4 things. 5 things? 5 things, right? 4 things. So you play it, remove 4 fate counters. And so 4 things are exiled. There's 1 fate counter left. And then the next turn, on your upkeep, the last one is removed. It doesn't leave because if there are no fate counters when you try to remove one, then then it would leave. So it doesn't leave when it hits 0, it leaves the next turn. So it hits 0, and then you flicker it, comes back with 5, and then you exile 4 more things. That's all very great and stuff. But I need a repeatable flicker effect like Fencer or Brago or something. So Gideon Jura is another Planeswalker that's supposed to be really strong. And I still am not very excited by it. Sorin, on the other hand, I really like, though it works better with like tokens. I don't have that many tokens, and I could like try to bank on getting some sort of token generating effect. Temple of Deceit or Swords of Plowshares is definitely what I want here. Yes. I'll put the Rashad Import out here. Currently I'm exactly white-blue, and Nightfell Spectre is a triple blue spell. And I'm not sure Nightfell Spectre is worth triple blue. I mean, if I find like a Badlands or Brushlands or something, I forget what it's called, the white-black duel, that would be great. I passed on the blue-white fetch. What did I pass on it for? Oh, in this pack, in fact. And it was taken, obviously. So was basically everything else I was interested in. Mirai's Wake did wheel, but Emrakul did not. Dungeon Geists could be good. Opposition was the other card. Was it? I think so. Yeah, I took like the Day of Judgment. Maybe that was a mistake. Okay. So I'm not going to have enough devotion for Nykthos. And Dark Ritual doesn't seem that great. So, Dungeon Geists. And Eldritch. Edric is pretty cool. I'm not in green at the moment. Yeah, Precinct Captain is fine. Kind of don't want to play it. So, let's not consider that for right now. I have... the problem with Cube is not that you're ever short on playables, it's that you always have too many, and so I anticipate not needing to play Edric, though for curve considerations I might want to play more 2-drops or 3-drops and stuff. I always end up with a million 4-drops, and it's like sad. It's so sad. But that's okay. Man, this is so cool. It's like, it completely ignores like the fact that there might be creatures trying to attack it or anything at all. Like if you can defend it, then like it's balanced really well. You draw 2 cards, so you draw 3 cards for every 1 card your opponent draws, I think. -1, -1, +2. Yeah. So you draw 3 cards and your opponents draw 1 card every 3 turns. And of course, if it gets killed before you have to do that, then all the better. So Divinity of Pride, is this actually good? I don't think so. I mean, the +4/+4, as long as you have 25 or more life, I doubt is relevant. A 5-mana 4/4 flyer that you can cast for white or black could be neat. Maybe I just take the Relic Warder as a sideboard card in case I want to do things. Okay, so Porcelain Legionnaire or Karmic Guide. Karmic Guide, I think, is too good to pass up. Of course, this is me continuing to ignore the fact that my curve is very top-heavy. But whatever. It usually works out even when I have a top-heavy curve. So I don't have any shuffle effects yet, which makes something like Brainstorm pretty not good. Yeah, I literally have nothing that shuffles my deck. I guess like Karn Ultimating technically shuffles your deck, though I think it does a lot of other things too. Champion of the Parish, Runescarred Demon, or Surrak. Is there a world in which I would have played Champion of the Parish? I can't imagine why I would play a 1-mana 1/1. Like, even Elspeth doesn't make humans. I could have picked up the Runescar Demon just in case I wanted a 7-drop double black spell, but I don't think so. So the Caves of Koilos would let me play black. It also would make the Nightveil Spectre more castable. Blocks and Warhammer is also fine, but yeah, pick another land. So essentially, I think my game plan is to survive long enough to resolve one of these 2 cards and win the game as a consequence. And a Quarter Paladin isn't the worst card in the world. I think I would play that over the Precinct Captain? I don't know. I don't actually know. Maybe. Precinct Captain plus Locks on Warhammer works pretty well, actually. It ends up as a 5/2 first strike. Lifelink Trample. I would play that card. So I think Magic Online is trying to load up the next pack. Whenever it does this, where it's just like sitting at 0, I worry that like my connection to the internet or something, or to Magic Online servers or something is bad, and I haven't, like, the next pack has already started and I just haven't seen it yet. These numbers I think are how many cards you've picked. So it's switching over now. And I've been in 13 seconds, so I don't know. Maybe I missed a couple seconds. It's not that relevant. So, Remand is a good counterspell. I mean, it's not a counterspell. It's kind of a tempo spell. Like, again, they have to, if they tap out for something giant, excuse me, and you counter it with this, then they have to wait another turn and tap out for something giant again. Vampire Hexmage is good against Planeswalkers. And there's also that one card I saw. Halimar Depths? No. It's something from the deep. I don't know. But it comes in with 10 counters on it and you can remove counters from it. It's a land. It comes in with 10 counters, you can pay 3 mana to remove a counter from it, and if, like, at the beginning of your upkeep maybe, or as soon as the last counter is gone, whatever, when the last counter is gone, maybe with the turn delay, you sacrifice the land, and I'm looking at one of these 2 cards, I think it might be Remand. You sacrifice the land and get a 20/20. Ooh, Vindicate. Maybe that's worth the splash. Other good cards include Compulsive Research, Arid Mesa to search up Hallowed Fountain, Solemn Simulacrum because it's a good card. Do I need more removal at this point? Kind of. I need more draw effects too. And more lands and more Solemns. Chromox is also pretty good. What can you see in the reflection? I can't tell what that is. Looks kind of like a guy standing in front of a TV. Huh. Okay, maybe I want the Compulsive Research? Vindicate seems so good though. It just destroys target permanent. It doesn't even care if it's a land. I'm gonna try it and see what happens. So I'm officially deciding to go into black. It's official now. So Doomblade. Doomblade's pretty strong. This is the last pack. Tidal of Sculler is also okay. It's a 2-mana 2/2 that disrupts their hand. I don't think I really care about that. I don't think I really care about any of these cards, to be quite honest. I mean, Gristlebrand is amazing, but my decision to go into black didn't actually mean I wanted Griselbrand. Remove Soul, maybe, though, if I'm playing more counterspells. Yeah, I should probably be playing counterspells. Some sort of Esper control thing going. Maybe I don't play the Vindicate. Ah, it's so good. I passed up on so many other good cards for it. I think that's I guess, the sunk cost fallacy. But still. Okay. So Mind Stone? Or Monster Mentor? Or Shallow Grave? I don't think so. Mind Stone, maybe. Monster Mentor. If I play the Monster Mentor, I would have Brainstorm, Swords of Plowshares, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, wait, no, 6, 7, right, 14 other, 14. Yeah, I think the Mind Stone's better here. I don't know why I think that, I just do. So here's a Forbid if I want more counter spells. There's a Sundering Titan. So Forbid plus Consecrated Sphinx is a hard lock of sorts. They can of course cast multiple spells a turn, but here you get to draw 3 cards a turn and discard 2 of them to counter any spell. So yeah, of course drawing 3 cards a turn will quickly mill you out. Sundering Titan costs 8. Maybe I needed a large drop. That doesn't seem like what I need. Do I need another 4 drop? I don't think so either. Yeah, whatever. Let's take the Sundering Titan. I can Karmic Guide it back if I want to do that sort of thing. Oh, maybe that's a reason to pick up the Compulsive Research. Okay. So there's a Brimaz. There's a Gitaxian Probe, which I don't really want to play. It's like, basically lets you play with 39 cards and 18 life. But I feel like I have too many cards. I can't decide on even more cuts. So I'll take the Brimaz. Maybe the Vindicate was just really dumb. I probably wanted the Compulsive Research more. And I didn't need a reason to be in black. And so on and so forth. Okay, so Future Sight's really strong, but maybe Oust is what I want more. It's removal. Mishra's Factory is like a Mutavault that isn't all types of creatures, but can make itself a 3/3 on blockers. If I had multiple Mishra's Factories, you know, they would, you know, kind of combo or something. Huh. And then Future Sight is just cool. Yeah, I'll take the Oust. I have 29 cards in my deck. To figure out what to cut. I mean, maybe I cut the Vindicate and Nightveil Spectre and don't pretend like I'm playing black. Still leaves me with 27 cards, so it's not like I'm short. And then cut like the Quarter Paladin. Ooh. Dragonlord Roshatai or Cloudgoat Ranger. So my whole rant about things that are good with flicker effects, Cloudgoat Ranger is another one, and I have no flicker effects, so there's that. Dragonlord Roshatai, on the other hand, is a 5/4 flying hexproof for 5 that, you know, lets you impulse or something when you connect with it. Do I need another 5-drop? Do I need another 5-drop? Which 5-drop do I need? Mana Tithe? Do I need a Mana Tithe? Maybe I need a Mana Tithe. No. Wait, I took the Ocean Tithe. Okay. Interesting. Land tax. I need all the lands I can get. Okay, so continuing to take out things I'm not that keen on. Brainstorm seems not that great right now. Honestly, probably don't want to play the Dragon Lord Ojutai. Maybe it's better than, like, Baneslayer? No, it's definitely not better than Baneslayer. Baneslayer is a better dragon than Dragon Lord Ojutai. Frontline Medic, Chromox. Maybe Chromox is another land. Yeah, if I play 17 lands and Chromox. I don't know. Dungeon Geists? Parallax Wave maybe is not super. No, Parallax Wave is pretty strong. So I have a Remand and a Remove Soul. And a Pact of Negation. So that is my counter suite. Okay, well, there's 26 cards here. I would need to make 3 more cuts from this. And there's the Title of Sculler and the World Leader's Helix and other stuff. World Leader's Helix is just 2 Lightning Helixes? No, Lightning Helix is 3 and you gain 3. This is 4 and you gain 4. It's just a lot worse. Really don't have that many cards that draw Uke things. I'll take Monastery Mentor now. Maybe Monastery Mentor is good. It seems like it's good. It's better than, like, Anacorda Paladin. Or, yeah, Banisher Priest can answer a creature. God, the Townsfolk. No, Ajani Goldmane is supposed to be good. I don't know if I've ever played with him. Put a plus also counter on all creatures you control? Yeah, and then they gain Vigilance till end of turn. I imagine that's the mode you use most often. And then you +1 just to make sure he doesn't die. And Honor the Pure, I'm not gonna do that much. I usually end up with a lot of white cards, it appears, because people tend to not like white as much as me. And then I also like blue, so stuff. And a Mishra's Factory build. So if I'm not playing black, I really don't need the Caves of Koilos. And I could, you know, reasonably play the Schadenport. I could reasonably play the Mishra's Factory if I really needed, like, another blocker. Yeah. Or if it's like, you know, something like an Edict effect, I can tap the where to go? Mishra's Factory to activate itself, and then sack it, if that was what I really wanted to do. I think I take these 2. Well, okay, let's make the cuts first, and then we'll decide on the lands. So, group creatures separately, and these are my creatures. So Karmic Guide comes down and returns a creature to the battlefield. Returning like a Consecrated Sphinx or a Sundering Titan, that can be pretty strong. Parallax Wave, Supreme Verdict, Day of Judgment, Faith Setter. So I could have something neat out, I could, you know, but they could be overpowering me, so I could, you know, play something like a Supreme Verdict and... Interesting. I can play something like a Supreme Verdict, and they would... all the creatures would die, and I can Karmic Guide back my best creature. Of course, that would require me to have Karmic Guide and play it after having a board wipe. So land tax is probably not good enough either. I'm still at 26 cards. I decided to go down to 23, I think, so play 17 lands, plus a Chromox, plus a Mind Stone. That's probably enough to get to the Sundering Titan and Karn Liberated in a reasonable fashion. So these are all really good cards. So I can't really touch the 4-drops despite the fact that I have no creatures. Baneslayer Angel is kind of just a beater. Revelark. Oh, wait. Revelark, actually. Power 2 or less. What is it target? Phantasmal Image, Looter, Wall of Omens, Monastery Mentor, Banisher Priest. Okay, so that's 5 cards. It's not the worst. Karmic Guide is a 2/2, so it actually targets Karmic Guide, which is kind of amazing. Wait, can you Revelark Karmic Guide combo somehow? I don't think so. So, like, you evoke Revelark, it goes to the graveyard, Karmic Guide comes back along with, you know, whatever, the Monastery Mentor, and then Karmic Guide targets the Revelark, and then it comes back. And then if you have a way of sacrificing them both, you can do that to basically reanimate everything power 2 or less from your graveyard. That doesn't sound like very exciting plays. So we have some Planeswalkers here. I think all these Planeswalkers are good enough to make the cut. So maybe Revelark actually isn't that great. I don't know. It has to leave the battlefield, and in order to do that, like, somewhat consistently you have to pay 6 for it. Alternatively, you can chump with it or make them trade for it. Because it's still a 4-power flyer. That's not at all bad. So then, well, okay. So then in terms of removal, I've got these 2. Mind Stone's kind of just another, I don't know, Pact of Remuneration's another counterspell. In terms of removal, I've got the Faith's Fetters. I've got, these are all kind of board wipey effects. So I have these 3 removal spells. So these 3 removal, these 4 Planeswalkers, these 3 board wipey things, these 3 counterspells, some whatever creatures, like not doing all that much. And then a Baneslayer and a Karmic Guide, and a Consecrated Sphinx, and a Sundering Titan. These are all kind of win conditions. Karn is also definitely a win condition. If I resolve and keep Karn, I win the game. Elspeth is also quite easily a win condition. Can win the game on its own. And let's see. I want to make 2 more cuts. And this is always so hard for me. So let's sort by convert mana cost again. And we can combine the groups again. So Monastery Mentor is probably good. It's like going to be making tokens a lot, considering I have all these non-creature spells. Wait, or combine groups. This curve doesn't look insane. Do I play 16 lands and a Chrome Mox? No, I'm usually just very happy to be drawing lands. A little sad about this whole Vindicate thing, but not having compulsive research means I don't have to worry about what I have to cut for it, so there is that value. Maybe Oust isn't great? I don't know. It's probably good, but it's not going to be great against, like, I don't know. I don't know what's not going to be great against. Like, weenie effects, or like weenie-based strategies, where they have a bunch of small guys beating you, like with goblins or whatever. There aren't that many goblins. The Realm Master is basically the only goblin that supports that, and then you could just oust the Goblin Master when it attacks. No, it doesn't even have to be attacking. It's on instance of sorcery. This is really cool art, though. What is this? Is this an Eldrazi? Invincible is just a word. Huh. Yeah, I have no idea what this is. I don't recognize the set symbol. Okay, so one more cut. And okay, if I keep in mind that I want to be playing a control-y deck, then I don't need aggressive cards. Is Monster Mentor an aggressive card? I don't think so. It makes dudes, which can eventually just take over the game. Banisher Priest isn't really an aggressive card. Though, is it a good card? I don't know, I kind of want to have the removal because we're talking control here. Is Parallax Wave good as removal? It stalls pretty well. That's basically what I want this deck to do, just stall. Maybe I play 16 lands, like I said. Do have a Wall of Omens. Maybe I'm too bad at keeping up counter magic, and just knowing that fact, I just get rid of a counter spell. It doesn't seem like what you do if you wanted to make a decent control deck. But yeah, I'm gonna do it that way. It's okay. So 5 and 12. 10 and 7. Though I do have a lot of white. I think that's okay. Alright, let's submit the deck as is. And some like simple sideboarding strategies I can have are like getting rid of a Wall of Omens, bringing in like a Dragonlord Ojutai against control-y decks, getting rid of something like a Sundering Titan or a something, I don't know, Karmic Guide or something silly, like, that I don't have time for against aggressive decks, and bringing in, like, Remove Soul and Dungeon Geists. Yeah. I think this deck can do some things. I'm excited. So, sweet. Okay. Instead of just hanging around here, I will end the video here and see you again in round 1.